The best way to play this game, in my opinion, is when you're alone and secluded, when it's dark outside and it's nighttime, with nothing but the light of the TV illuminating your face.
Perfect. I'm all done explaining why Galaxy 1 is so great.
You're not done yet.
What do you mean?
You never talked about it being two-player, the power-ups, or even how much better the soundtrack is.
Okay.
Galaxy, as I have stated, is one of my favorite games of all time, and most of that can be attributed to the atmosphere that the game throws at you. I mean, let's just look at the first level here, Good Egg Galaxy. The level is just dripping in this with its music and its atmosphere. It's not too hard, but it's not too easy. Everything is enveloped in darkness, making Mario feel so small and tiny in the great wonder of space. And when that music hits, oh man, you're just ready for anything. As I've stated, this is the tutorial level basically, and it serves as a way to show really how the camera can flip all around, how Mario's moveset differs now from his previous entries. But here's the thing, this took me and my dad hours to beat. First of all, this was one of the first games we had ever played as in terms of a relatively new console. So not only was Mario's moveset just not in our headspace, but it was also the Wii controls themselves. This was one of the first games we played on the console, and most of the time spent on this level can be linked to one stupid, idiotic thing: the boss.
Yeah, I don't know why it took us forever to beat this boss, but honestly, we had no idea what we were doing. We tried everything from ground pounding on the stupid thing, spinning on the egg, but nothing actually worked. I mean, we were even looking in the manual for clues. And I mean, at this point in time, remember, the internet really wasn't a thing for most people still. We're being dead serious. Pee-wee Piranha took us hours to beat, but once we accidentally did, we were off to the races.
Skill issue.
The main hub, as I have said, there's really not much to explore unlike Sunshine's Delfino Plaza, but the music and atmosphere makes up for it. Super Mario Sunshine had the plaza enveloped in darkness until you collected more shines, and then the plaza started to have more life to it. Same applies to the Comet Observatory though. The more stars you bring back, the more full of life the ship becomes and less lonely. When you first land, it's just you, Rosalina, and one other star with almost the whole ship blacked out. But later down the road, the ship powers itself more, the place becomes less desolate, your Toad friends set up shop, Luigi joins the crew, and more stars fly around the place, giving it a homey atmosphere. And of course, the music is fantastic as always. This is the kind of waltz you want at a wedding. One of my favorite aspects of Galaxy is actually the power-ups. This is the first 3D Mario game to integrate the traditional power-up system seen in the 2D games. Yes, 64 had power-ups, but they were all dedicated to different types of hats, not mushrooms or flowers like they are here. In Galaxy, we have some of the most assorted and crazy power-ups ever conceived of. I love how they all look. The bee mushroom is just so much fun. You can fly around and stick to special parts of the level. The spring mushroom was such a pain in the butt to control, but makes up for some of the most best level design in the Toy Time Galaxy. I love how a lot of the power-ups here also have a time limit. It never feels like Mario is overpowered with things, like with the fire flower or the ice flower. Which, the ice flower here is really cool. You can skate on the water and move around faster. Probably the coolest power-up conceptually is the red star. You have it unlocked closer to the end of the game, and there's only one time that it's actually utilized though. The red star could have had so many cool levels built around it, but you don't really use it that often. I loved, however, when you unlock it in the main hub and you could fly all around. I remember doing this constantly as a kid. If you're feeling lonely, however, Galaxy was the first 3D Mario game to include a 2-player mode.
About time I get to play.
Hooking up a second remote allows the user to be this little star icon, and you can hold enemies in place or collect star bits. That's about it.
You mean to tell me that's it?
Yeah, when I put it that way, it seems pretty lame, but for someone like me who had barely played any video games up to that point, it was perfect for me. So not only could I watch Dad play, but I could feel like I was helping him in the process by collecting the star bits or maybe holding an enemy possibly. Some of my favorite galaxies in the game are the more laid back ones, like the Beach Bowl Galaxy. Here, you're just hanging out with a bunch of penguins, and the music just takes me back to being a little kid. Emerald Galaxy and the Gold Leaf Galaxy is another one where I adore the music. It's more laid back and bouncy. Space Junk Galaxy is just a neat concept in general. The Stingray races, or how the ball levels were such a pain in the butt, but now they're still really fun to go back to and try to get a faster score. And now Gusty Garden. This is that powerful, triumphant music that tells you, oh yeah, I'm playing Super Mario Galaxy. When I heard it in the theater being a part of all the other themes incorporated in the Mario movie, I almost got misty-eyed.
I too almost got emotional.
Really? So you felt that sense of wonder when one of the best Mario themes was cranked to the max in a theater?
No, it was angry Bowser didn't marry Peach.
One of the things that I can't believe now is that you can play this game portably. Back in 2007, I'd have killed for this sort of thing. I had a Game Boy Advance, so the best that I had was Pac-Man. But even though there are some issues like how you can pull Mario or collect star bits, it's Super Mario Galaxy on the go. But, you know, when it comes to Super Mario Galaxy, there is so much to pick apart and discuss and talk about when it comes to your favorite moments, levels, and characters. There's a reason so many people love this game and treasure it. I remember when we finally opened up the final level and it took forever to beat Bowser. But once we did, it felt so amazing. Or one of my favorite memories too was when there was a bad snow day and my dad couldn't go to work, but I had to go to school. And when I got back, my dad had discovered the green stars and how they work.
Putting almost everything into words that I enjoy about this game is almost impossible. I can't.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But there's one more.